What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Punk Rock Player One channel, and I have another album review for you guys today. This is a different one. This is Taylor Swift. So this is a secret double album. So the original title of the album was The Tortured Poets Department, and then the super secret release is The Tortured Poets Department, the Anthology. And since it was released that day, I think it's fair for me to review it as a whole. I think people might be reviewing it separately, and that's cool. But I decided I'm going to just review it as an entire thing that you can see on the screen here. So this might take a while. So the first song comes out pretty strong with Fortnite. Not the game the 9-year-olds play, but it's the feature actually was not that much up front in the mix. It was Post Malone, and I think it was a pretty good feature. Like, sometimes you don't need a feature that just completely takes over the song and you're like, this is a different song now. This feature was very, I put subdued, but like very low in the mix, but it complemented Taylor Swift's voice. And a little bit about the song, it had great synths. It reminded me of 1989. And just as on a little bit of background on me as a Taylor Swift fan, so I'm not a huge one. I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie, but I do like 1989. I do like, I need to go back and listen to all of the tracks because I just know the main ones, like Wildest Dreams, Style, Shake It Off. There's another one I know, but I'm forgetting the name. But anyway, so I would say I do like Taylor Swift. So, but I don't really know much about her other than 1989 and maybe a couple songs from Lover. I know Lover is good. I need to check out Lover as well. But anyway, so I would say Fortnite is a strong start to the album. It has that nice like bass. It's either bass guitar or synth that's throughout the song that sounds very good, and it's just your quintessential Taylor Swift song. The next song is The Tortured Poets Department. And I put here that the "Who's Gonna Hold You" lyric is very good, and the way she delivers it with the falsettos is like classic Taylor Swift. And there's also awesome keyboards and pianos during this track, and really good instruments just in general on this track. And also there is a Charlie Puth mention in the song. She says something like, we both think Charlie Puth, or Puth, however you pronounce that, should be a bigger artist. And I agree with that. I feel like not his own fault, but sometimes artists are big on the radio and then they just fall off. I think Charlie Puth is one of those. I think he's still very successful, but he definitely should be bigger. So that's cool that she mentioned that in that song. And I would say this song continues the trend, matches very well with Fortnite as a strong opener to the album. It keeps the pace going. This is also this will be remembered as a good Taylor Swift song. And the third song, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, extremely reminded me of the songs I've already heard from Taylor Swift, beckoning back to 1989 kind of pop sound. It had really good drums on here, and it also, the drum rhythm kind of reminded me of Blank Space. Oh yeah, there's the other song, Blank Space. And yeah, so this one ended up being in my top 5 of the album. So that's the first one. I don't think the first 2 are, but the third definitely is in my top 5. Number 4 is Down Bad. It has a catchy chorus rhythm, slower build up in the verses, but like cool synth sounds throughout. And there's a cool lyric in here as well that talks about how it's like she lost her twin, but it's a love song, so like her twin soul kind of thing. I think that's what that means. But cool lyric. I like it. Also put by this banger alert. And this song's definitely most likely gonna go viral. It definitely sounds like your typical pop song slash Taylor Swift song. That one should do pretty well. I also put this in my top 5, so that's already 2. It's pretty early for that. So the 5th is So Long London, and I kind of like the beat that's in the intro. Good synths and keyboards on the album so far at this point. That's true. It's pretty solid. This is a pretty good beginning to this huge double album. And there's interesting lyrics on this one where she's saying that she tried to use CPR to revive, but it didn't take for a relationship. So I thought that was interesting, using CPR as a lyric for a relationship that has gone dead. I thought that was funny, but also poignant in some ways. This one has definitely slower singing, so it's a lot slower than the first 4 tracks. Still good though. It keeps you engaged. And also with this song in particular, you know, if she's talking about an ex or maybe a friend that's been through a relationship that's tough, at least this song is more on the positive side, where she's like, you know, you'll find someone. So I thought that was nice. Later, though, you'll see a song where she's not so nice to whoever she's writing about, which is hilarious. So after So Long London is But Daddy I Love Him. And this, I haven't listened to the first Taylor Swift albums, but in my opinion, this reminds me of the top radio hits from that era of her, like, kind of country singing. This would fit into that bill. So she's kind of crossing genres in her old album, which is cool. Or sorry, from crossing genres in this album, grabbing stuff from her old stuff and from her more recent stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. It has acoustic guitar, violin, country-ish, and the end part picks up. So this song is still a good song, I would say. Keeps it going. And Fresh Out the Slammer is also a slower song. It's a happier song, and it actually has like this Western movie guitar intro that happens at the beginning and throughout the song. So almost country Taylor, but not exactly. Still a decent track. I like it. Next track is Florida. This features Florence plus the Machine, I think. Might have got that wrong. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Featuring Florence and the Machine, or plus the Machine. And this feature also doesn't really take over the song. I think she does have a verse in here. Or if they're a group, they have a verse in this group, in this song. And it's pretty good. I think Taylor Swift is known to do songs about locations and states and stuff. I mean, she literally just did a song about London. So here's a song about Florida. It's pretty good. This is definitely on the pop side for Taylor Swift, not country-ish. Yeah. There's a lyric in this one that talks about your home is only a town you're a guest in. I thought that lyric was done pretty well. And there's also a lyric that says Florida is one hell of a drug. And in that particular lyrics, the vocals that Taylor Swift does is very good. So this song is definitely memorable. So I'll say that, yeah. Florida is definitely memorable, so still good. Guilty as Sin, question mark. Has good guitar and drum set rhythms. It sounds very good. Good chorus. And another good lyric, I keep recalling things we never did. That was snuck towards the end of the song, I think, like post chorus. So Guilty of Sin also gets a thumbs up from me. And then Who's Afraid of Little Old Me is definitely a change of pace. It's like a darker sound. Like, ooh, I'm the bad guy. Like kind of vibes. Or like almost, well, it doesn't sound like the Billie Eilish song, but kind of has like the same meaning of like, oh man, like people are against me. But the song is different, I'll say that. It's basically a song about her criticizers, but also says basically a diss, like that she puts narcotics in her songs and that's why you're still singing them. So she's like basically saying that her criticizers still like her songs, and I bet that is true. She's that popular. So this one is like the first curveball of the album, and I would still say it's a pretty good track. It's still hasn't let me down yet. Next song, I Can Fix Him. No, I Really Can. The vocals in this really, like the cadence of like, or the delivery of these vocals kind of reminded me a lot of the Killers. New Killers reminded me of what the New Killers sounds like, which is good. And yeah, not much else I can say about the song. It's very good. Typical love song. Next song is LOML. There's a nice piano intro and rhythm throughout the song, and slower song, but great vocals. So still has my attention. And this is still actually in the first half of the album. The actual double album starts at The Black Dog. So the regular album release ends at Clara Bow. The next song is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And this one absolutely is a banger. It picks right back up where the first tracks, 6 tracks left off, with speed. Has kind of like dance rhythm and great choruses, and it's kind of like, even though it might be slightly negative lyrics, it's still like upbeat, which I appreciate. That's cool. Design choice. So this one also ends up in my top 5. And the next song is The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. So this is the song I was kind of hinting towards earlier, where this is definitely about an ex that she did not like at all. She might have liked him when she was dating him, but when they broke up, it was bad, apparently. I put in my notes, I'd hate to be this guy, because like, holy crap, she goes in on this guy. It's pretty hilarious. And halfway through the song, it kind of gets like almost a stadium rock sound, which I appreciate. And yeah, so I would say the song also holds up. Very good. The next song is The Alchemy. This is, so the album's starting to slow down now in pace. And the song is still very good. A great chorus. And yeah, still a slower song, but still keeps my attention. Last song of the regular release is Clara Bow. Cool guitar chords in the background going on in this song, and it's a song about what it's like to be famous. So she name drops a couple other famous people like Stevie Nicks, Clara Bow, and herself towards the end. So it's kind of like breaking the fourth wall within her own album. Is that like 16 walls? Sound off in the comments if you get that reference. So yeah, Clara Bow is still pretty good. Keeps it up. All right, so now we're getting into the double album part of it, the anthology part of it. First track of that is The Black Dog. And yeah, In this song, she actually gives a shout out to a band that I like called The Starting Line in the lyrics. Like 3 times because it's part of the chorus. So that is freaking awesome. And I even saw the Starting Line post on Instagram and be like, hey, thanks, Taylor Swift. Yeah. By the way, album 4 coming out. So I thought that was cool. So apparently Taylor Swift is an elder emo. So that's cool. Yeah. This cool synth blast at the end of each verse, like she yells something, and then there's a synth blast like. Brrr. It's like, okay, all right, interesting choice. So this song is still interesting, and yeah, this song is a little slow, but it still keeps my interest with the synth blaring and with mentioning the starting line. So still. Thumbs up. Next song is I'm Gonna Get You Back. And this song is actually a banger. So this will also go on my top 5. Has a very good beginning. It's definitely a pop track and very good post chorus. Great harmonies. It's, in my opinion, what all Taylor Swift songs should sound like or near to. Very good. Don't sleep on it. Go listen to it. It is good. I actually think it should have been, probably should have switched places with one of the tracks in the first half, to be honest. And yeah, I would have put the Black Dog and I'm Gonna Get You Back in the first half. That's just my opinion though. Next song is The Albatross. I just put here, it's basically a slow acoustic song, and it's kind of forgettable. Next track after that is Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. So what I'm starting to notice with the second half is that things are slowing way down, and I haven't listened to Taylor Swift's album called Folklore, but I have a feeling this is what Folklore sounds like. I might be wrong, but I'll go check it out later and see the similarities if not. But now all the songs are getting a lot slower, a lot more stripped back, only acoustic guitars or piano. So it's just kind of dragging along with the Albatross and then Chloe or Sam. But I did say that Chloe or Sam has kind of like a whimsical sound, so that is appreciated. But still, just a little, not enough going on in these songs. Like, I do like slow songs. For example, Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's a pretty slow song. But, you know, there's things going on to keep you interested. Like, there's a constant beat. Maybe that's what these songs were missing. They needed more drum emphasis. I don't know. But yeah, not enough going on. Or for example, Paramore, there's a good song by them. Crap, I forgot the name, but they have a lot of slow songs that I like. And also Avril Lavigne, a lot of slow songs that I like. Tons of Guns N' Roses songs that are extremely slow, but I still like. So because typically I kind of paint myself in a corner and say, oh, I only like fast songs, but I do like a lot of slow songs. But in my opinion, these slow songs just didn't cut it for me. So after those two is How Did It End? There's a good piano part at the beginning, but I put, again, too slow for the rest of the song. But then So High School is actually probably the strongest song of the second half. It has constant beat. I guess I was looking for the beat. Good guitars. Kind of talks about her life in high school. This is a good song. It should have been in the first half, in my opinion. The next song is I Hate It Here. So in this opinion, in my opinion, excuse me, this song is a good slow song. It has very interesting lyrics, telling a story, but it's still keeping my attention. So I Hate It Here gets a thumbs up. The next song after that is Thank You, Amy. And yeah, hold on, I'm looking at it on the screen here. It spells Kim. So whoever Kim is, why'd you hurt Tay Tay? I think this is about a bully from her hometown, possibly. So but it seems like she's reconciled with it and noticed that she grew from the pain that she received in high school or in her hometown. So a respectable outcome from Taylor. So a great song. Also gives a thumbs up for that. And yeah, it's kind of talking about how she reconciled with the pain and turned it into a growing point because she could heal. So I thought, okay, that's cool. That's good lyrical content. Next song is "I Look in People's Windows." Good lyrics, but also a very slow song, but very good lyrics. So I give that a pass as well. Yeah. And the next song is "The Prophecy." This is a very like triumphant acoustic sound, kind of. It sounds pretty. It has amazing vocals as usual, typical of Taylor Swift. And interesting song lyrics about the topic of prophecy. Very good rhyming lyrics during the chorus. And it's mostly acoustic in the yeah, I put this is the best acoustic song in the second half because a ton of these are acoustic. I think "The Prophecy" is the best acoustic song in the second half. Yeah, I stand by that. The next song is "Cassandra." It's mostly a piano song. It has quiet, really, really quiet drums in the background. It has cool background vocals of like Taylor Swift, like a choir of Taylor Swift's going, "Ooh-ah!" That sounded pretty cool. So that one also gets a thumbs up. It's pretty decent. So towards the end here, it's still kind of slows down. So Peter, way too slow for me. Not much instruments going on either. So, and the lyrics, I didn't even remember the lyrics. So, yeah, it's probably something important, but I just kind of zoned out during that song. The Bolter I put is the second best acoustic song of this half of the album. So the Bolter is very good. The Bolter should have more streams than Peter, in my opinion. Robin is very similar to Peter, just excruciatingly slow. Not a lot going on. Not a lot of instruments going on. Not a lot of variation in vocals or the pattern of the vocals. I don't really have much to say about Robin. The manuscript, sort of interesting chorus with the manuscript, mentioning the manuscript, with her theme of being in the tortured poets department, but again, just way too slow and kind of unmemorable. So yeah, I'd say those three songs, Peter, Robin, the manuscript, are very weak compared to the rest of the second half. All right, so what would I give this as a score? I was thinking that basically, what songs would I listen to again? So my top 5 ended up being My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, Down Bad. Let's see. I Can Do With a Broken Heart. And I'm Gonna Get You Back. I think that's 4. I think So High School will be number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Those are my top 5. So the score I would give this would be, I was gonna give it lower, but after like looking at the tracks, there are some that hold up in the second half. In my opinion, I think the first half is a lot stronger than the second half. So that's why I was trending towards a lower score, but after looking back at the list, there are a lot of good songs on the second half. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, and again, this is just my opinion. I feel like the first half showed off a lot better than the second half. But I think this is a good outing from Taylor Swift, and yeah, that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and watch out for more reviews at some point this week, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.